Up to play. It's into space. Can Phillips get there for the Blues? Just thumps it back to try and take some space. And Carlton keep on rolling with a win over the old enemy.
Back towards the pocket. Can the Blues get a stoppage here? Going straight at the line, and the umpire looks like he wants to pay deliberate, and he will. He just came in with purpose. Dersma. Can you find a needle in a haystack here and hit a target? She does. And this is a tricky kick. If it was after the siren, you would have to drop punt it.
Well, it might be, because there is 15 seconds to go.
You want to be able to run around. If you're going to have this shot, Skepper wasting no time. She got time to open up the angle. Going to go with a drop punt. Can she sharpshoot it from there? Yes, she can! What about that?
Yeah. 2 gut-wrenching losses for Collingwood Saturday. VFLW going down by 4 points on the siren, after the siren, whatever you want to call it. That puts Dom Sheed to shame, that kick after the siren by Carlton. Yeah, breaks a 6-game win streak there, and Collingwood's VFL side going down by 4 points Saturday night at Icon Park. Yeah, two consolation wins for Carlton's side to end the week. For us, I said 2 out of 3 wouldn't be too bad, but 2 out of 3 losses, a little bit bad. Makes our finals chances or spots for the VFL and VFLW sides a little bit shaky. The VFLW side, 3 games to go. They've got Casey Demons next week. Surely that they're able to bounce back there. Bit disappointing for the VFLW side. Their last 2 losses, Darabin, that was about 2 months ago. They lost with a minute to go. And for Carlton, they lost against Carlton. They lost on the siren. So 2 close losses. Big chance to go 3rd spot and even possibly 2nd spot as we fight for a grand final spot against North Melbourne. I mean, for North Melbourne's women's side, it's theirs to lose in VFLW. They're likely going to do the double AFLW's premiership and also the VFLW premiership this year. The Pies VFL team had a chance to get inside the top 6. We're still in the top 10, but our spot in the top 10 is a little bit shaky now, losing to Carlton. I did say Carlton were the slight favourites heading to that game. 4-point win for Carlton. I mean, they were too good in this game. Before I get into the VFL and VFLW games, just want to say thank you, everyone, for 300 subscribers. Means a lot. Thank you for the ongoing support, leaving comments, liking my video, sharing it, recommending it, doing whatever you want. Onwards and upwards with this channel, but let's just get into the VFL Round 16 report. So Collingwood v Carlton Saturday night at Icon Park. We conceded the first 3 goals of the game. It's happened again. We do this multiple times this year. It's starting to become a bit of a bad habit for us. Not too sure whose fault this is, whether it's the midfield team to start off guns blazing, or if it's our backline not being switched on or not being, I guess, laser focused. And just for our attacking game, we would bomb it long early, get intercepted early or easily by Lewis Young and co down back for Carlton. Our backline was undersized here, minus Alira Schmidt, but Sam Glover stood up as captain here for the entire game as well. I will say Sam Glover, for me, was best on ground for Collingwood. Without him, we lose this game by 4 or 5 goals, clearly, not just down back, but also up forward. He also kicked a goal late in the 3rd quarter. We also conceded a lot of uncontested marks in this game or in the 1st quarter, and that's also a bad habit for us to start games. We're not possessing the footy as much as we'd like. The Blues, they controlled the possessions early on, but they didn't impact the scoreboard fully. Minus 31 in disposals for Collingwood at quarter time, and also thought our AFL listed players in this game, they weren't starting off well. 2nd quarter, the kicking efficiency, and I'll say the word efficiency here because Collingwood and Carlton's kicking efficiency in the 2nd quarter was god-awful. If you paid a ticket to go to this game to watch players have elite kicking abilities, demand a refund right now. If you haven't claimed a refund, do so now. Retroactively claim a refund. Poor kicking, or bad kicking, is bad footy. Not on the scoreboard here, but in the 2nd quarter, going inside 50 for both sides, just poor. Both teams ending up with a run-gun game halfway through the 2nd quarter, and it led into Collingwood's advantage. We had the lead at half-time. Carlton, unfortunately, with Lewis Young going down to a right foot or right ankle injury, thought it was a knee early on, so he slipped over, got his foot stuck into the ground and had a rolled ankle, but an E version, not an inversion, ankle sprain. So had the injury, didn't play the rest of the game. Again, 8-point lead at half-time. Good news at half-time, Noah Howes kicked his first goal for Collingwood. Thank you. Reward for effort there. Dematia and Will Parker stood up. Mason Cox and Oscar Steen were the ruck duo in this game. Poor start in the 1st quarter, but a much better 2nd quarter here. Second half, though, or the third quarter, got out to a 21-point lead, and we're starting to miss our chances here. We're starting to waste opportunities. Carlton made us pay. They got back the lead. Dematia stood up late in the third quarter. Sam Glover went down forward, kicked a goal. And by three-quarter time, we're up by 7 points, but we were looking shaky. Carlton was starting to probe and make their move. In the fourth quarter, just 3 clearances compared to Carlton's 8. Minus 15 in clearances in the second half, minus 8 in tackles, minus 8 for inside 50 entries, and minus 22 for disposals. Collingwood's goalless final quarter, butchering the ball, missing our chances. Carlton had a lot more run. They were a lot more efficient heading inside 50, but impacting the scoreboard went backwards for Carlton. Denver, Granger Barras, not two posters, 2 missed set shots, banana kicks, now on the full kick, and also spooking himself late in the final quarter from the goal square. Could have been a lot more than a 4-point win, probably closer to a 4-goal win for Carlton. But yeah, Collingwood's VFL side losing by 4 points. Disappointing. We're trying to get these wins or bank these wins to cement ourselves in the top 10 and also push for top 6 or even top 4. Starting to think top 4 is slipping away for Collingwood. Top 6, not out of the question, but top 10, got to start, well, bare minimum, top 10 and then push our way up into the top 6. Just on our players here, again, 9 AFL listed players. Will Parker was named best on ground for us with 23 disposals at 78.3% disposal efficiency. Keep saying that word again. 6 intercept possessions, 4 inside 50 entries, and also took 8 marks. Now, I won't be too harsh because I did expect a little bit more from someone like Will Parker, particularly in the final quarter. But Will Parker, he's a fitness freak, played a quarter of AFL footy Friday night and plays a full VFL game here. But it also confirms for me and also most likely that Will Parker will be dropped for steel side bottom. That's almost a given at this rate. Now, again, Will Parker was named best on ground here. I'm going to slightly disagree because I thought Harry Dematia for the AFL listed players was best on ground. 27 disposals at 70.4% disposal efficiency. I mention it because Dematia's only weakness or nitpick is his efficiency with foot. His kicking efficiency, that is. 13 contested possessions. So, Tom Mitchell about that. 7 inside 50 entries, starting to lower the eyes. Still not fully efficient inside 50, but once he improves on that as well, it's going to be close to a senior debut for Dematia. 5 tackles, 3 clearances. He also had a good running goal late in the third quarter from outside 50. Now, you'll likely see the narrative that Harry Dematia, 25 plus disposals on average since being called or being an inside midfielder at least. You'll see a bit of narrative about how Dematia should get the call up. I get it. However, we've got side bottom, Ed Allen, Bobby Hill, Lockie Schultz, Bo McCreary not too far away, Billy Frampton, end of July, and also Jordan De Goey. So at least 7 players to be called up. Dematia, it's a good problem to have with this midfield depth we've got, but for Dematia, unfortunately, unless there's major injuries in the midfield or we have a major form slump, Dematia won't get the call up. We might be 10 or 14 points clear with 3 or 4 games to go, hopefully. With Brisbane early August and then a 5-day break against Hawthorn after that, that might be the good chance to call up Dematia for a debut, so long as he doesn't play the VFL that day as well. So Dematia, he's not too far away, but he needs to bide his time. I'll say that again. He needs to bide his time in the midfield. Keep improving. 25 plus disposals on average. Starting to become like Finn McRae last year. Too good for the VFL, not good enough for AFL yet. Even though Dematia's not proven at AFL level yet, needs to just keep having these performances. Again, against a Carlton side who had a lot more AFL listed players, particularly in the midfield. And Dematia keeps proving himself in the midfield. Other players, Charlie Dean returns to the VFL, 22 disposals, 81.8% disposal efficiency, 10 intercept possessions and 9 marks. Does himself no issues with a senior call-up again, particularly against Gold Coast, who are tall down forward or up forward with Ben King, Jed Walter and Ethan Reid, so we might need some height and also someone to be able to patrol the back line. Charlie Dean could do that. Otherwise, he is playing for a senior contract next year. Noah Howes, 2 goals, finally kicks his first goal for Collingwood, and also 5 marks. Noah Howes, the only multiple goal scorer here. Ash Johnson, he is deemed available but didn't play this game. He'll likely play next week unless there's an update on his progression. Got a decent forward line, just not impacting the scoreboard, unfortunately. Oscar Steen, Mason Cox, ruck duo, 32 hitouts between them, 17 for Steen, 15 for Cox, 24 disposals, 12 each. 9 clearances, 5 for Steen, 4 to Cox, and Mason Cox kicks a goal. Oscar Steen, by the way, good news for him, signed a 2-year contract extension to stay at Collingwood. He's a long-term project or development for, that's standard for players in the ruck. So Oscar Steen will make a senior debut eventually, just against Darcy Cameron and also Mason Cox as a second ruck. Good luck with that. Joel Cochran, 14 disposals, 6 intercept possessions, 5 inside 50 entries, just over 70% disposal efficiency. A little bit down compared to previous weeks, but can't fault him here. He was decent. Will Hayes, just 1 goal from 7 disposals, 2 score involvements, just couldn't impact like he's been doing previously. And Alira Smith, 1 intercept mark. That was in the first quarter. He wasn't injured, just didn't impact the stat sheet here, but he's likely going to get a 1-year contract extension as well. And I've got to make mention of the VFLW side again, going down by 4 points, a goal on the siren, ends our 6-game win streak, means our final spot isn't cemented just yet. Missed opportunity to go third on the VFLW ladder and also push for second spot. Again, it's for North Melbourne's VFLW side to lose. Carlton here, they called up 12 AFL listed players or AFLW listed players. Again, our work was cut out here. It made the ladder lie in terms of the matchup here. Collingwood, they stood up. They made a match of it. But the Carlton VFL and VFLW sides, both winning by 4 points, both deserving winners, and for Carlton fans, consolation to end the weekend for them. The only positive for Collingwood's VFLW side was they actually went up the ladder. Now, that's due to Williamstown going down by a decent margin. Again, our 6-game win streak comes to an end. Our previous losses against Darebin and also Carlton here, conceding late goals, so the opposite of Collingwood's AFL side here. They're up against Casey Demons next week, so that's a 10:05 a.m. start at Victoria Park. Non-negotiable. Got to bounce back. Got to win that game to cement finals. And they've also got Geelong after that, and then Williamstown to end the home and away season. For the Pies VFL team, 5 games to go. Only 1 team above us to face. We've got Gold Coast Friday afternoon up at People First Stadium, so a double header there. Geelong after that, Frankston, Williamstown, then Port Melbourne. Surely at least 3 wins to cement top 10, possibly top 6 depending on other results and percentage. 4 wins probably gets us into the top 6. If we can win 5 games with players coming back in, even better. We might even have a push for VFL finals late September. But just on next week, again, doubleheader Friday to start the round. Pies VFL plays Gold Coast at People First Stadium. That's a Friday afternoon game, so I won't be able to watch the game live. There's also going to be no VFL report for next week. It'll just be the round 18 review, and I'll make comment on anything noteworthy in the VFL game that happens, depending on who's playing as AFL listed players. And the VFLW side taking on Casey Demons Saturday morning, Victoria Park, non-negotiable there. Got to bounce back, win that game, and cement finals. But to cap off the weekend, Collingwood's AFL team winning by 56 points, and then the VFL and VFLW sides going down by 4 points each. 2 out of 3 wouldn't be too bad. 2 out of 3 losses, though. A little bit disappointing in terms of club pride, but let's try and bounce back next week. But that'll be all for this VFL report for Collingwood's losses to Carlton. Again, congratulations, Carlton fans, if you are watching this somehow. No Carlton zeros. I guess it's bad karma. I guess I'm the reason for these 2 close losses. No vandalism at Icon Park last night, so congratulations for not melting down too much there. No more with the banter or sneak disses there. I'll leave you guys to it. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. Be well, stay safe. Magpies out.